Are you, when I'm talking about you personally, are you self-aware? 95% of people answer yes when asked this question. However, there is a book called Insights written by Tara Urick, and in that she talks about the research she did into this very question, and she found that only 10 to 15% of the population are truly self-aware, even though 95% of us believe we are. She also found that leaders scored the lowest in emotional intelligence. Now, the reason being that the neural circuitry that a leader uses, or that we use to think about others, is the same circuitry we use to think about ourselves. And if we just think about the time leaders spend thinking about company results, bottom line, dividends, and strategy, that is far greater than the time that they spend thinking about either themselves or others, simply because of the nature of the role. So what happens is the emotional circuitry within a leader's brain, in comparison to the kind of the strategic thinking circuitry, let's say, is weak in comparison. That means that it uses, when a leader has to use that emotional circuitry to think about themselves, it's very draining on the brain energy. And our brain is programmed. Its number one kind of objective goal is to keep us alive, to conserve energy. Therefore, it will always shy away from using these energy hungry circuits. Hence, leaders tend to have lower levels of self-awareness. So, self-awareness, a couple of definitions, very simple, straightforward one I don't particularly like, but there you go. It's Oxford English Dictionary: conscious knowledge of one's own character and feelings. One that goes into it a little bit deeper, the Europe's Journal of Psychology, the extent to which people are consciously aware of their interactions or relationships with others and their own internal states, goes into it a little bit deeper. So, increased self-awareness. It's the first step to being better at work, enjoying life more, and it's the starting point for an individual to excel. And here we can see just some of the areas that having higher levels of self-awareness can actually help us with. So these are when we start to consider understanding more about ourselves, increasing our self-awareness. And these are some of the key kind of areas we should be focusing on and thinking about: our own purpose, our values, our behavioural preferences, our working styles, communication styles, the impact that we have on other people, our actions, our behaviours, our communications, but also the influence that other people's actions, communications, etc. have on us. We should also have that understanding of our own resilience levels and those emotional triggers. So if we want to start to increase our self-awareness, what do you think are some of the ways that will help us to increase our self-awareness? So some of the things you can do, and by far the best way, is to have a mix of methods. That will have the greatest kind of effect. But asking for feedback, and from a range of people, your peers, your managers, team members, friends, family, clients, etc. Having a professional coach or mentor. 360-degree tools. Self-reflection. Taking the time to step off the human treadmill and just spend time reflecting. And profiling activities, of course, is another way of doing it. So developing self-awareness takes time, practice, and effort. But the more that we practice self-awareness, the more accurate we become in our understanding of ourselves, and the more confident we then become in our actions. So just think about, what does your organisation do in the area of supporting others to develop these higher levels of self-awareness?